Hello, super writers. Remember last week we talked about problems. I told you about a problem I have in my house, and I made a sign. Please don't put empty cereal boxes back in the pantry. Then I went out into my neighborhood and I made this sign. Don't throw rocks because you can break a window. Well, after I got thinking about it, I thought, I think we could make a whole book so that we really could convince somebody of our opinion and what we're thinking. Here's what I did. I looked back at my problems and I thought, I want to write a little bit more about these. I could write about people littering, or the dog poop, or the fast car, or the kids throwing rocks, or the bushes with the thorns. But before I write it, I need to think about a couple of things. One is I need to think who I'm writing this for. I don't want to write a sign about people throwing rocks next to a house where nobody throws rocks. I don't want to make a dog poop sign for somebody who doesn't have a dog. So I really need to think who I'm making that for. So I added something to our poster. So we already read this one. Writers can write to make the world a better place. Number 1, see a problem. I saw lots of problems. Number 2, think. I thought a lot about it. Number 3, write. Remember, I wrote my posters. Now the 4th one is a new one. Decide who needs to read it. Okay. Your first job is just to think about problems. I told you about neighborhood problems. I told you about house problems, but there are plenty of problems. You could write about this whole coronavirus thing. You could write about people getting sick. You could go back to writing about school problems. You could even write to me or Mr. Rodriguez and tell us about problems at school, okay? But it'll help you to know how to turn it into a book if you can think of enough reasons why it's a problem. So I came up with another thing to show you. Let me get paper behind it. Okay. First, when you think of a problem, try to think of 3 reasons why it's a problem. And then for the book, we'll make a solution. So get out your hand. Show me 5 fingers. And let's see if we can come up with reasons why these are a problem. Okay, number 1, garbage. So the problem is there's garbage all over the ground. Tell me a reason why that's a problem. Because the garbage could go to the animals in the ocean. It looks yucky. And maybe animals on the street could eat it. And then a solution would be, instead of littering, keep it in a bag and then throw it away when you get home. Okay, that was not bad. Dog poop. Okay, number 1. Where's that hand thing? There. Number 1, the problem, there's dog poop on my lawn. Why is that a problem? Because if I step in it, I'll bring it into my house, and that's gross. Number 2, why else is that a problem? I don't know, it's just so yucky. Number 3, I don't know. This one's a little bit hard. I don't think I can turn this one into a book. All right. Fast car. Okay. The problem. The problem is you're driving too fast. The reason it's a problem? Why is it a problem? Because you can squish somebody. What's another reason it's a problem? I don't know. You could squish an animal. And another reason? That one's hard. I can't think of 3 reasons. Okay. Kids throwing rocks. Let's see if I can come up with it. Okay, the problem? Don't throw rocks. Why? Because you could break a window. Number 2, because you could hurt somebody. Number 3, because, it looks messy in the road when there's rocks all over the place. Okay, maybe I could do that one. And then the solution, the answer. So instead of throwing rocks, try throwing a ball. Okay, I think I'm going to do that one. And then the last one was that bush with the thorns. So I can't tell someone to not have thorns on their bush. So I think I'm not going to do that one. All right. So I came up with my problems. I know I'm going to need my hand for this one. Remember, problem and solution. And then you should have 3 reasons why it's a problem. Okay, so here I go. I have my book with 5 pages. All I'm doing today is planning my story. Planning it. Tomorrow, I'm going to draw the pictures on all the pages. Then I'm going to start writing. Okay, so my first page might say something like, don't throw rocks. Excuse me. Don't throw, oh gosh, don't throw rocks because you can hurt somebody. And then I could draw a picture of a rock hitting a head. Now, I do need to write in a complete sentence, so I can't just say, you can break a window. I need to write the whole thing. Don't throw rocks because you could break a window, and that would make me really mad if my window got broken. One more reason. Also, the road looks really messy when there's rocks in it, and it could even pop a car tire. Okay, now for the solution. Instead of throwing rocks, you could try throwing a ball. Do you think if I put this book in the mailbox of the people who throw rocks, do you think I could convince them that it's a bad idea to throw rocks? I think so. If I got this in my mailbox, I would feel terrible and I would make my kids stop throwing rocks. Don't worry, they don't throw rocks. Okay, so your job, let me remind you. Come up with a problem. Make sure it has 3 reasons why it's a problem. Make sure you decide who needs to read it. That part's really important, okay? Make sure you know your audience, okay? I can't wait to see these stories. I can't wait to hear your problems. I'll check in with you in a couple of days. Happy writing!